I'm making this video not only for you guys but for myself as well, so that in moments where life feels heavy and I feel like a mess and it's like everything is falling apart, which is very much inevitable, I can come back to this video and remind myself of my power and the fact that it's just a temporary phase. And if this can help you also, even in the smallest way possible, then I'll be so grateful. Let's do this together.
Let's talk about the pain of feeling disconnected from your own self.
You know that feeling when you realize that somewhere along the way you have lost yourself? That feeling of being disconnected from your true self? It really sucks. There's nothing worse than not being able to show up as your authentic self. I'm telling you that. I remember in my life until I was 13 or 14 years old, I used to be so detached, full of life, full of self love, and very bossy. See, I'm still all of these things. But back then it just hit different. Like, I've always been this person, and these traits are like my core. But then there are some things that happen in your life, and it affects you so much that there comes a point that you don't recognize yourself anymore. Honestly, deep down, I hate it. Whenever I catch myself not being my real self when I'm around other people because I'm subconsciously trying to protect myself or fit in, it's like a switch in my brain, like as soon as I step outside my home, it flips and boom, I'm a whole different person now. Now, that girl is also me, but it's like I'm shrinking myself when I could be so much more, only I know that. Sometimes I do things that I won't really do or say things that I won't really say, and I hate it because when I come back home and I look at myself in the mirror, it's like, what the hell, girl? I would never say anything like that or do anything like that. Then why did you do that? That's exactly what feeling disconnected from yourself feels like. And then what happens? You end up feeling really bad about yourself because obviously you're not connected to your true self. And if you can relate to this, I'm sorry. I know exactly how that feels. And I'm here to tell you that that charm that you thought you have lost somewhere along the way, it's still there within you. And by the way, that charm is nothing but your authenticity. It's your power that you're always carrying with yourself. It just got silenced under external noises, but now that power is waiting for you to unlock it. And you know what? You always have the access to that power because you are the key to unlock it. The moment you take your power back, that is exactly when the game changes, my love. The glow up that you're waiting for, yeah, it's gonna be there once you finally reconnect with the person that you are at your core. So tell me, who were you before the world told you who you are? And it's not about becoming a child again, it's about reconnecting with that authenticity along with the wisdom that you have now as a grown up.
It's okay to fall back into old patterns.
Listen, I know how that feels when you thought you have finally healed from something or overcame something. It can be a habit, a pattern, a person, or anything. And you are very happy, like, yes, I don't feel hurt anymore by that situation anymore. But then, all of a sudden, something happens and then it hits you that, wait a second, I actually haven't fully healed yet. You catch yourself doing the same thing once again, thinking the same thing once again, feeling the same thing once again, and that's basically how you fall back into old patterns. It shows that yes, there is something which is still bothering you, and this feeling, like this realization, sucks. But I want you to know one thing. Even the fact that you caught yourself falling back into old patterns, the fact that you recognized it, is a sign of growth. It's not weakness, my love. It's a sign of growth. Please don't be ashamed of yourself because you know what the truth is, whether you want to accept it or not. It's that healing is not linear. It's not, okay? Healing is like a constant up and down. There are days when you feel like you're on the top of the world, like you don't need anyone or anything because you're so happy and content on your own. You feel so whole. But there are also days when you feel like shit, when you feel like the whole world is against you. You feel so empty and attached, like, why is there no one by my side? You feel so lonely, and it's like everyone and everything is about to get you. And you know what's that called? Life. That's called life. That's what life is. There are people, when we look at them, we are like, wow, they have got their life together and looks like they are so healed. But deep down, somewhere, these people are also fighting their inner demons. Just because you don't see it doesn't mean it's not there. You guys have to understand that healing is a journey. And you don't have to wait to be fully healed in order to feel happy, in order to be successful, or in order to grow. No. You can evolve while still falling back into old patterns sometimes. The key is not to let it consume you. Just acknowledge it. Just acknowledge that yes, I fell into the trap again, but it's okay. I can get up again and I can start fresh. So take your time, get up again, and be gentle with yourself while you do that. And then you will notice little by little that you don't fall back into old patterns anymore. Like whatever is it that you are trying to heal from, you will see that it doesn't affect you anymore. Like it might not vanish completely in the beginning, but its effect will be lesser. And that's exactly what healing looks like.
Healing involves a lot of crying.
I'm not a psychologist, a counselor, or therapist or something, but one thing that I know for healing for sure is that it involves a lot of crying. Like random crying sessions, I'm telling you. There will be days when you will feel like crying, and even you don't know why. Like, there's literally no reason, and I'm sure a lot of you will relate to this. Like, there's literally no reason, but your throat and your eyes just feel so heavy. You know, there are days when I come back from school and it's like nothing has happened. Okay, I didn't fight with anyone, nobody said anything to me, and everything's fine, but I still feel like crying my eyes out. You know why that happens? It's because when you have been suppressing your emotions for a long, long time, even a tiniest incident can trigger it. You know why that happens? It's because your body is telling you that, hey, listen, I can't take this anymore, okay? And that's when you begin to cry or feel like crying. And listen, if you really care about your mental health or if you really love yourself, please understand that it's very necessary to let those emotions out. And please don't feel bad for crying. It does not make you weak, okay? You know, all these people who say things like, oh, you're such a crybaby, kya baat baat pe ro deti hai and you cry over such silly things. Like, these are the dumbest people ever. The dumbest people. Like, you are telling us that it's okay to be angry, to be scared, to love, but it's not okay to cry. Honey, that's not even making any sense. Crying is literally a part of human emotion, and I think it's beautiful that you are allowing yourself to experience every single emotion that there is on the spectrum. And I am here to tell you that when you feel like crying as if your world has fallen apart, you are still the strong, smart, amazing, and beautiful human being that you have always been. Crying does not change anything about you. You are still you. It does not make you look weak or stupid. You know who looks stupid when you are crying? It's the people who make you feel bad for it. And especially for men, like men are always taught to not cry or be emotional because it makes them less manly. Well, I don't know who needs to hear this, but let me tell you one thing. Your emotions don't give a single F about your gender. I personally don't think that crying makes any man less manly. I think that's ridiculous. I think it just makes him human, and that's it. I don't want my man to hide his emotions from me. Like, if I am allowed to cry in front of him and release my emotions, so is he. So is he. And I'm telling you, any sensible, a good hearted person, or anyone who has been raised in a good environment will never make you feel bad for crying.
Reprogramming your subconscious mind takes time.
When you have been a certain way all your life or for a long time, your identity becomes your belief and it gets stored in your subconscious mind. And that includes everything, okay? Your habits, actions, mindset, everything. Once something gets stored in your subconscious mind, it becomes rigid and it reflects in your reality. Now, I'm not saying that you cannot change it. Of course you can. But at least don't expect to change overnight. It doesn't work like that, my love. Now, to understand it better, let me give you an example. Let's say that all your life you have really struggled with seeking external validation. Like, you really need other people's validation or approval to feel good about yourself. Now, right now, you are aware of this and you're working on it. Logically, you know that yes, this is not good for my mental health or my self-worth. But because you have been that way for a long, long time, your subconscious has associated your habit of seeking validation as your identity, and that is exactly how we fall back into old patterns. For example, let's say that you're uploading your pic on Instagram story. Now you promised yourself that, you know what, this time I'm not gonna seek any appreciation or validation. I want to protect my peace. Now logically you are doing the right thing, but your brain automatically looks for that validation in form of likes, comments, whatever, because otherwise it gets uncomfortable. And now what happens? You end up feeling bad about yourself. Why? Because you promised yourself that you won't do it, but you did it. Yes, that happened because reprogramming your subconscious mind takes time, and that's okay. That's completely normal. So whatever is it that you're doing to reprogram your subconscious mind, whether it's affirmations, visualizations, anything, please be patient with it. This is very, very important. Give your subconscious some time to catch up. Being patient with yourself on your worst days when you absolutely feel like shit is the highest form of self-love. And think about it. When it comes to other people in our life that we love who are trying to make a change in their life, we are so patient with them. So why not do the same with yourself?
And last but not the least, this is not the end.
And guys, I also wanted to say one more thing, and that is, at last, whatever is it that you're going through right now and that made you feel this way, it's just a temporary phase, and a bad phase does not equal a bad life. You are going to get your happy ending, and you know why am I saying this with so much surety? It's because I have seen people out there who have went through the exact same thing that you are going through right now, and they overcame that. they literally ended up creating a beautiful life for themselves, and so will you. They also had their moments of self doubt and not feeling like their best self, but they did not let that stop them, because they know that they are not their feeling. This feeling of not feeling like your best self and feeling disconnected from yourself is temporary. You always have the power to transform your life, and it will happen at the divine timing. Now, I don't know whether you guys believe in God or not, but you have to admit that there is a source beyond our control which is looking after us, protecting us, and guiding us, and that force is present within you. Even when you feel like a mess, and even when you are in chaos, that force is still within you. And look, I know it's easier said than done, but I think we should be really grateful for days like these when we feel like shit. Because why don't you guys understand that it's not bad to feel that way? Yaar, these days have their own importance and their own teachings, which is really important for your growth. But yeah, one thing that I will definitely say is that whatever is it that made you feel this way, try not to entertain that thought over and over again, because it's only going to hurt you more and more, right? And I'm not asking you to abandon your emotions, not at all, but try not to overanalyze it a lot. In fact, try to find your own moments of joy in between, like making a cup of tea for yourself or watching your favorite childhood show, for example. I cannot tell you guys, whenever I'm in that moment, when I'm watching my favorite childhood show, I cannot tell you how much connected I feel to my inner child, and that just helps me to reclaim my power that I talked about before, right? It's pretty difficult to explain. You will only experience it when you do it yourself. So yeah, I really recommend it, although you can always find your own moments of joy. And at last, I just want to finish this video off by saying that I'm proud of you for being so aware of your emotions and feelings, because that is exactly why you clicked on this video. Trust me that you have got this. Even when you think you don't, you have. And that's it for today's video, guys. And first of all, I'm so sorry for being so inconsistent. I know that I've been really inconsistent, and honestly, I don't want to give any excuses. Let's just say that I'm trying to figure out the best way possible to manage both my studies and YouTube together. The thing is that I really don't want to compromise with the quality of my content, guys, that I make for you. Like, even if I'm uploading less, I want to put something out there which can help my subscriber in some way at least. But still, I promise to be as consistent as possible from now on. And I hope that today's video will also help you in some way. And yeah, that's it. I will meet you guys in my next video. God bless you, and sorry again, and bye.